We spent the day in Madrid and it was quite the adventure. Since it was our first day in Madrid, we decided to start off with a private tour that was going to take us all around the city and show us the main sights. We've taken these private tours before, and it's a great thing to do the first day you're in a new city because the guide will show you all sorts of cool places to visit and give you lots of fun recommendations like fun places to eat. The tour was great, our tour guide was really informative, and we even got to stop for a photo op in a park with a great viewpoint of Madrid. The only real problem is that it was very cold on our tour. After our private tour, which lasted about 2 hours, it was time to go and grab some lunch, and we actually got lucky enough to grab a table at the oldest restaurant in the world. This restaurant, called Sobrino de Botín, opened 300 years ago in 1725, and some of the food in this restaurant is still cooked in the same oven from 300 years ago. Not only was the food in this restaurant really good, but it was also just a fun place to visit because there was so much history to see and experience. We even got to go down to an old wine cellar that was covered in dust and soot, and we got to see the 300-year-old oven that they're still cooking with today. Once lunch was done, it was time to head for our next adventure, which was a tour of the Royal Palace of Madrid, which is actually the biggest palace in Europe. Not only is the palace huge and beautifully decorated, but it also houses more than 150,000 pieces of artwork. We got to see so many amazing rooms in the palace, and my favorite was actually the throne room where the king and queen will still meet royal visitors. We also got to see an official crown and scepter and this amazing Sphinx table where so many important documents for Spain were signed. We were in the palace for over 2 hours exploring and honestly probably could have stayed a lot longer. But we did have other plans that we needed to get to, starting with trying some churros at the most famous chocolateria in Madrid. Churros are definitely a little bit different here in Spain, but they were still good, and it was fun that they came with a chocolate dipping sauce. Once we finished our churros, we went back to the hotel and changed because we had tickets to a show. We were very excited to see a traditional flamenco show, and it was actually a little bit different than we expected it to be. The dancers in the show were incredible. We kind of expected them to be in a group setting, but it was actually a lot of individual performances, which were still very fun to watch. It just wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. It was definitely a very full day in Madrid, but we had a great time exploring the city and still have more coming up on our adventure here in Spain.